All right, let's go to Haru Mutasa, who's live for us in Johannesburg. So, Haru, key players not attending, and yet this declaration, as we were saying, was announced at the beginning. So quite a few changes there.
Yes, there have been. It's been a difficult G20 presidency for South Africa because of the strained relationship between Washington and Pretoria. But President Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africa's leader, told G20 leaders that it's important to send a message to the global community that decisions can be made even if America is not in the room. I'm joined by Vincent Magwenya. He's President Cyril Ramaphosa's spokesperson. Thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera. So a declaration has been adopted. It's a huge win for the president. First of all, how is he feeling about it?
Well, the president is quite pleased at the outcome that we've managed to attain so far with the summit. It's not only a huge win for South Africa, more importantly, it's a huge win for all the member states, countries that are members of the G20, the global south, and more importantly, the African continent, which is mentioned about 52 times in the declaration, which is quite unprecedented. The issues that are pertinent to Africa's development are quite central and feature quite strongly in the declaration. So from that perspective, we are pleased with that outcome as a culmination of the hard work that all member states have put into this effort.
Has President Ramaphosa been able to speak to President Trump since the declaration was declared?
No, he won't have been able to because he's been chairing the session. We're hoping that at some point in the near future there will be an opportunity for them to engage. We are excited that we're going to remain in the troika of the G20 as soon to be past president, and that will give us ample of time to continue engaging with the United States.
The handover ceremony is taking place on Sunday, correct? And President Trump is not here. So how is that going to work?
We won't have a handover ceremony. There is no one for President Ramaphosa to hand over to. The suggestion that he could hand over to an embassy official is a breach of protocol, which was never going to be entertained or accommodated in any fashion. And that position has been well communicated in writing to the U.S. Embassy here, as well as through our public communication.
The U.S. takes over the G20 presidency in 2026. Is South Africa concerned that all the hard work that you put into this will just be derailed by President Trump when he takes over?
Not quite. We do expect that the U.S. will have a more narrower focus on macroeconomic stability in a way. However, we will be part of the troika. We will continue to advance some of these issues. We've already engaged with key G7 member countries that have undertaken to ensure that we have this momentum between the G20 and the G7.
Vincent Magwenya from the presidential spokesperson for Cyril Ramaphosa. Thank you very much for talking to us. So now I suppose the world is waiting to see if President Trump responds to the declaration. What is he going to say? How is he going to react? It's a wait and see for South Africa and the rest of the world.
All right, thank you very much. Haru Mutasa there.
Don't miss out to get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.